Dear friends, let's start with pronoun that. So we are going to learn how the pronoun that is going to act, or what are the different ways we can use that as a pronoun on the GMAT. Basically, that is a pronoun which can mostly you'll see on the GMAT will be used in two different ways. One, it is going to act as a demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative. What is it? How does it look like? We are going to see it soon in the examples. Also, that can act as a relative pronoun. So what is a demonstrative pronoun? What is a relative pronoun? Let's see that. Let's start with demonstrative pronoun. So look at the following examples. First example is her company is outperforming that of her competitor. So notice that this pronoun that, whom is it referring to? This that is referring to the noun company. In such a situation, when you will find comparison like this, her company is outperforming some other company, right? So these two nouns, these two objects are being compared here. One is given as a noun, the another one is a pronoun. So when such a pronoun is referring to the noun in a situation like this, when you are comparing, then we say that this pronoun is used as demonstrative pronoun. Okay. Remember one thing, as a demonstrative pronoun, that is always singular. So you can use it only for singular nouns. If you want something for plural nouns, then what do you require? Then it is those. That cannot act as a pronoun for plural nouns as a demonstrative pronoun. Fine. Okay, so let's go further, and in this particular example you can see that her company is outperforming that of her competitors. So company, this that you can replace with the company itself. So it means her company is outperforming that the company of her competitor. Fine. In the next example, you see her company is outperforming those of her competitors. So this sentence, is the sentence correct? No, this sentence is not correct. Why is it not correct? Because it is talking about some plural nouns. For example, you can see that we are talking about those as a plural pronoun. So it must refer to a plural noun, but the noun mentioned here is a singular noun. So this is a wrong reference. The referent for this particular pronoun is not correct. Had it been companies, it would have been correct in such a case. So if you mark here, her companies are outperforming those of our competitors, then it is a correct sentence. But the original sentence is not correct. But what about if we are comparing that lady whose company we are talking about, she is having only one company, then we do not want to mention it companies. We want to keep it her company only. So what is the solution for that? Let's see. First, again, we see the similar example once, and then we'll find out the solution for that. So it says, our dog is stronger than those on the streets. Again, same problem. Those is referring to singular dog. It cannot refer. Those is plural and dog is singular. So either we have dogs here, but if the situation is not demanding, situation is not accepting dogs, and we mean to say that we have only one dog, and I want to mention only our dog is stronger than many other dogs, then in such a case we need to mention the noun explicitly. For example, our dog is stronger than the dogs on the streets. Okay, so that is the right correction. Similarly, in the above example, if you want to keep it singular itself, her company is outperforming the companies of, you can keep it the companies of her competitors. That is one perfect correction. Fine. So this is demonstrative pronoun. Let's jump on relative pronouns. So next is pronoun that as a relative pronoun. So here the first example is, give me the clothes that you bought for me. So when that is used as a relative pronoun, it is going to introduce relative clauses. So in such a case, this pronoun refers to, in most of the cases, immediately preceding noun. It is going to modify that particular noun. So here you can see that give me the clothes that you bought for me. So that you bought for me is a modifier for clothes. It gives you additional information about this noun. Similarly, next one, Tom hit the dog that bit him. So that bit him is again a relative clause in which that acts as a subject and is a relative pronoun which is referring to immediately preceding noun dog. Look at the next one. The tour that I took 5 years back was one of the best I ever had. So that I took 5 years back is the relative clause, and that is the relative pronoun which is used for the tour. So like this, that is used as a relative pronoun. So notice one thing here, that as a relative pronoun can be used as singular as well as plural pronoun. So it has same form. You don't need to change it for singular or plural. It can be used for both. You can see here in the examples. For example, look at this. In the first case, it speaks about clothes, which is plural. So that can definitely refer this plural noun. In the next case, that is talking about singular noun dog. Also in the last example, that is talking about singular noun. So as a relative pronoun, that could be used as singular as well as plural. One more thing to remember, that could be used as that as a relative pronoun can be used for objects and events, and in some cases pet animals or something, unnamed animals. Okay, but that can never be used for humans. That's always wrong. And GMAT is going to trap you with this. It is going to provide you some relative clauses in which that would refer to humans, but that will never be correct. So let's go with some examples, some real questions of the GMAT exam, and see how they are being used. So this is your first question. This question is from Official Guide 12th edition, question 85. And read the entire question, pause the video here, read the entire question and find out the use of that, whether it is used as a relative pronoun or a demonstrative pronoun. And we are going to see the explanation soon after. Do it, guys. Okay, so let's read the question. The sentence says, salt deposits and moisture threatens to destroy the Mohenjo-daro excavation in Pakistan, the site of an ancient civilization that flourished at the same time as the civilizations in the Nile Delta and the river valleys of the Tigris and Euphrates. So the underlying part, it talks about two types of civilizations. The ancient civilization that flourished at the same time as the civilizations in the Nile Delta. So they are two civilizations. So in the original sentence, I could not find any big mistake, but maybe we can get a better option later on. Let's check out others. Jump on the second one, that had flourished at the same time as had the civilizations. Why do we require had here? Although this particular option is not based on the demonstrative pronoun, but the use of tense is not correct. Had is mostly used when we have two events in past, and let's say this is present, and we have two events in past. We use had with the older event. The older of the two events we use past perfect, and with the later one we use past simple tense. But I do not find any situation in which we need to explain the timeline of the events, so the use of had is not justified. In the next example, next option, you can see that flourished at the same time those had. So here you notice those is actually a demonstrative pronoun. But if it is a demonstrative pronoun, the noun it is referring to must be a plural noun. And what is the noun it is referring to? It is referring to civilization, which is not plural, it is singular, right? So that is the problem. I cannot consider it correct. A plural demonstrative pronoun cannot refer to a singular noun. Similarly, you can see in Delhi and elephant, the same is the problem. Those. So we are remained with only one option, because the situation was demanding here that we have singular noun and later on we have plural noun, or we can use plural pronoun. But since in the demonstrative pronoun, if I use plural demonstrative pronoun that cannot refer to civilization, that's a problem. If I use that, then it is changing the meaning. It means that there is only one civilization we are talking about at Nile Delta, right? So in order to satisfy the meaning as well as the grammar, we need to mention the noun explicitly. So we mention the civilization noun itself. So that's why A for America is the right answer. I hope it is clear, right?